In this video, everything you need to know when planning a holiday to Playa de las Américas in Tenerife. This includes the beaches, the restaurants, the nightlife, what there is to see and do, where to stay, the weather and much more. But also a few warnings as well as some money saving tips to make your next holiday here with us in Tenerife perfect. Let's start first with the beaches because Playa de las Américas has several of them and each one has a different atmosphere. Playa de Troya is the liveliest. It is closest to the Verónicas nightlife area, so it attracts younger visitors and feels busy during school holidays, university breaks and peak summer weeks. During quieter periods, Playa de Troya is much more relaxed. It has dark golden sand, sunbeds, water sports and plenty of food and drinks nearby. Then there's also the Playa del Camisón beach. It is one of the best choices for families and couples who want a more polished beach experience. It is sheltered, attractive and close to the luxury shopping and hotel areas. Playa de las Vistas is technically closer to Los Cristianos, but it is within easy walking distance and is another excellent family beach. It is broad, sandy and has a long accessible promenade. The actual Playa de las Américas beach is more rocky and exposed. It often has stronger waves and more wind, which is why it is popular with surfers. It is not normally the beach I would choose for a traditional day of sunbeds and calm swimming. Playa El Bobo is also nearby on the Costa Adeje side of Playa de las Américas. It is convenient when staying near the border between the two resorts. If your priority is staying near the nightlife, then Playa de Troya is practical. If your priority is family swimming, comfort and a more upmarket atmosphere, Playa del Camisón or Playa de las Vistas will be better for you. But what about the restaurants here? Well, Playa de las Américas has one of the largest selections in Tenerife. You can find Spanish food, seafood, steakhouses, Asian restaurants, Italian restaurants, fusion menus, fast food and many all-you-can-eat buffets. This area works especially well for picky eaters or people who are traveling on a budget, as you can find pretty much everything here. Around the main shopping center, many restaurants are large and professionally run. What is nice here is that there's plenty of choice and long opening hours. The only thing I do want to point out is that the service can sometimes feel a little bit less personal as you would in smaller, more family-run places. Do also know that many of the popular restaurants in this area can become busy, and during high season for many of these places you will need to make a reservation if you want to get in. For some of these places you will even need to make a reservation way in advance. While this is becoming less and less common, be cautious of places advising extremely cheap meals, as often they add on a lot of extra charges to your final bill. If you want the more smaller, family-owned and more traditional restaurants, then walk towards Los Cristianos and explore the streets around the church and the older town center. Prices can also be a little bit more friendly there. So where should you stay in the Playa de las Américas? Well, as previously mentioned a little bit, if you're staying near Playa de Troya and Verónicas, the nightlife is the priority here, so do know that it can get a little bit noisy at night. Staying near the Playa del Camisón and the Golden Mile is often a better choice for couples, families, especially if you have younger children who need earlier bedtimes, and a more upscale, upmarket holiday, while the central areas give the easiest balance of these two. Beaches, restaurants and entertainment will be all nearby within a short walking distance, but you will be generally also in a quiet and relaxed area. Do know that for a full and updated list of the hotels I currently would advise, you can look on my website at checkedholidays.com. So how is the nightlife in Playa de las Américas? Well, Playa de las Américas in Tenerife is the best known party destination on the island. The Verónicas strip has clubs, late bars, music and a younger crowd. During busy periods, the area can continue until the early morning. The party atmosphere changes throughout the year, however, so be aware of this. School and university holidays bring more young visitors, while quieter months can mean fewer people and some venues only opening on selected nights. Playa de las Américas also has a completely different type of nightlife. This you will find near the Golden Mile, where the evenings focus more on restaurants, cocktail bars, live music, family entertainment and shows. The atmosphere is a little bit more smarter and less chaotic. This means families do not need to avoid the entire resort of Playa de las Américas. They simply need to avoid choosing accommodation directly beside the party strip. For an even more relaxed evening, walk towards Los Cristianos. For family-friendly bars and shows, Costa Adeje is also a great option nearby. Playa de las Américas is one of the liveliest areas in Tenerife with plenty of things to see and do. Surfing definitely is one of the main attractions here, with plenty of schools and beginner lessons and equipment rental. So if you ever wanted to give it a go, this is a great place to do it during your holiday. Also, this is a very popular area to do all kinds of water sports like jet skiing, parasailing, paddleboarding, all of these kind of things. Just a small walk away, you also have the Puerto Colón harbor in the Costa Adeje area, from where you can do all kinds of boat trips, and the ones you cannot do from there, you can do from the other harbor that's nearby, near Los Cristianos. These are all kinds of boat excursions like whale and dolphin watching, sailing, snorkeling, fishing trips, all of these kind of things you can do from here. Also, there's a free bus that goes around that picks you up in the morning and takes you to the Siam water park. If you're going to visit one water park in Tenerife, I think it has to be this one because it's simply a unique experience. Also, for those who like to shop on holiday, there's many international brands and luxurious stores, especially on the Golden Mile, so it's great for shopping. Also, Siam Mall is one of the largest and most distinctive shopping centers in this area, which you also have a free bus going to. Then also, for those who like to play golf, there's lots of different options to play golf here. For the little ones, there's plenty of mini golf, and then there's also many other attractions nearby, but I'm not going to cover them here in detail, like Monkey Park, Jungle Park, the Camel Park, all these kind of things. From this area, as this is one of the more popular touristy areas on the island, there leave also loads of excursions and tours all over the island. So if you want to go visit the north, or if you want to drive up Tide, all these things are great to visit from here with the organized excursion. This is also one of the reasons you may not need a car. So what is the best way to get from the airport to your hotel, apartment or accommodation? Well, the first option is just to use the bus or the public transport. This one will cost you about €4. It's a cheap option, but do know that the bus might stop quite far from your hotel, especially if you have a beachside accommodation. A much better option, in my opinion, is to take the shuttle bus instead. It will cost a few euros more, €10, but they will wait for you if your flight gets delayed. You will have a guaranteed seat on the bus. They will drop you off at the hotel reception, not some random bus stop. They will also take extra good care of your luggage, so definitely worth considering. Another option is to take a taxi at the airport. This one normally starts around €30, but this is a starting price. If you're traveling on a Sunday or late in the evening, there are surcharges for this. And also know that these taxis take maximum 4 people and don't have so much space actually if you're traveling with a lot of luggage. If you are traveling with small children that need child safety seats, or if you have a lot of luggage, or if you're traveling with more than 4 people, or if you're traveling in the evening or during the Sunday, it is often a better choice to just book a taxi before online. This one starts and is actually a set price at €57. Also, there are options there if you're traveling with more than 4 people. Know that the prices and conditions mentioned here can change. Therefore, I will leave a link below this video in the description as well as in the comment section to my website, where you can find the most up-to-date information about prices and conditions. You can also find there a link to the companies I would advise you to book a taxi or a shuttle with. These are also the companies that I use when visiting Tenerife. Should you rent a car when staying in Playa de las Américas? Well, I would actually say no, especially not if you're staying here less than a week, because so many of the popular attractions are nearby and there is so much to do in Playa de las Américas. Also, you have Los Cristianos and Costa Adeje within walking distance if you want to explore further. Also, from here there leave lots of organized tours as well as free buses to some of the major attractions on the island. If you are staying here longer than a week, then you might want to consider renting a car. But also, if you just want to have a car for 1 or 2 days to explore a little bit of the island, this could also be a reason to rent a car, but you may not need to rent it for the entire holiday. If you are planning on renting a car, know that on my website checkedholidays.com/cars you can find all the vital rental tips that I will give you to avoid that you will get scammed, as some companies upsell and they give extra insurance and all these kind of things. As well, you will find a 10% discount code there for car rental. So what is the weather like and when is the best time for your holiday? Playa de las Américas has a warm, dry microclimate and is an all-year-round holiday destination. Winter is especially popular because visitors like to come here to escape the cold elsewhere in Europe. It is warm compared with more of the northern Europe, but evenings can still feel a little bit cool and chilly. However, summer of course definitely is the hotter time of year, particularly in July and August it can get very hot here on the island. If you're coming here to party, as many of the people visiting Playa de las Américas, it is important to understand that it does change a lot from month to month and also period to period. The real active, busy clubbing nightlife is mostly decided on when school and university holidays are in Europe. But that of course also goes the other way around. These periods you should definitely avoid if you're coming here for a more relaxed family holiday. Especially in May and October, as well as a little bit of September, you can find some of the better budget deals in this area. June and September are most likely the best months for most people to go, as they combine a little bit of warm weather, good atmosphere and also excellent value for money. While Tenerife is a great place, there are a couple of warnings I do want to give you in this video about Playa de las Américas to make sure you have the best holiday possible. The first thing you want to know is that you have to fly to the South Airport, not to the North Airport. A lot of people don't even know that there are 2 separate airports on Tenerife. The one in the north is over 100 kilometers away and the one in the south is very close to Playa de las Américas, so make sure you pick the right airport to fly to. Also, what is quite common is that people will approach you with a lottery ticket. As soon as you scratch it, you will have won some great prize that you will have to pick up somewhere in a hotel nearby. Most of the time this is related to timeshare, so as soon as someone approaches you with a scratcher, in general, don't accept this thing and definitely don't go and pick up those prizes, and this is often a waste of your time. In the area there are also quite a few shops that sell electronics, but not all of them are great. There are a few, it is less now than before as this area is getting more and more luxurious, but there are still a few. They will play tricks on your credit cards, they will sell you fake products, even they look real. I would generally, if you don't have to buy any electronics necessarily urgently, I would not buy them here. In this area there's a lot of salespeople doing excursion sales next to the beach and at these little stands next to the promenade. You can buy from them, but in general I would prefer using some kind of app. If something is wrong or you need some advice, it is much easier to contact them and have customer support, as most of these people are more focused on the sales, and once the sale is done, it's not necessarily in your best interest. While the party area here has gone much more safe and upscale than the way it is before, it is still quite common each time I go through this area that people approach me offering services I do not want a part of. Also, while going out in this area, as it is all over the world, it is important to keep an eye on your wallet, if you even carry one these days, and also of course on your drinks, and make sure you travel with a real registered taxi instead of some of the other services on offer here. So, who is Playa de las Américas best for? Well, Playa de las Américas is ideal for younger visitors who want clubs and nightlife, but also for surfers, groups of friends, and anyone who wants a huge selection of restaurants, shopping, beaches, and activities. But the Playa del Comezón area and Golden Mile can also be excellent for families and couples looking for a more polished and luxurious holiday. It is less ideal if you want a small Spanish authentic town, complete peace, or a less developed coastline. Just make sure to check the location of your hotel when booking to check if it is next to the more lively and party-oriented Las Verónicas area or more towards the more luxurious and upscale area of the Golden Mile. To make sure your next holiday is perfect, have a look at this page on my website, checkedholidays.com/guides, where you can find all the companies I like to travel with, some discount codes, as well as some tips and tricks to make your holiday even better, or have a look at this video.